Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to our Takeover special Tilton talk show. Sponsored by Small Affordable Cars in Tamworth, we are joined tonight by a running late Mr. Robe.
He's on his way.
A struggling to get on Alan Watton. And we are also actually joined in person by Mr. Craig Courtney on Zoom.
Evening all.
Claire Giblin on Zoom.
Good evening.
And it's a pleasure to share the same room with Adam Wilkes for a first time in a long time.
Evening, everybody.
And obviously the one and only Mr. Chris Brown.
Good evening.
Good evening.
That was too posh for you.
So a new dawn is upon us, finally. It's done, and that video of Tom Wagner, I must say, I was actually filling up, I was emotional. I don't know about anyone else, but we've sat through the last sort of 12, 13 years of torment, I'm going to call it. And, you know, finally now we've got a new dawn upon us where the future's looking so much brighter.
Hey, better late than never.
For God's sake, you just can't get the staff at all.
You're right, Mark?
Walks all the way from Coventry.
So that video from Tom Wagner really got me going, shall I say? What did everyone else think? Craig, talk to me.
I've got to say when you watch it, I think to start off with, and you start hearing him talking about why it's the club and what he wants to go on to do, you don't just get the impression that this guy's in it for a business, but it truly seems to have not just the club, but the city at heart. And I think the people that are around him that have helped this get over the line have obviously, they've sold us, they've sold the club, and they've sold the whole community. He kept using that word, community, and
yeah,
it's what we've been missing. But it was passion of the highest degree, and God, if he can fulfil everything that he talks about, who knows? Who knows what they can actually do?
I mean, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen overnight. Obviously, it's going to be a process where I think every season we will see improvements, and not just on the pitch, but from what he was saying as well. I'd love to know how St Andrews is going to be unrecognisable when we get there. I'd love to know what they're doing exactly to make it unrecognisable, apart from the obvious, the lower stands and tiers. But
it's going to be interesting, isn't it? Good evening, everyone, by the way.
Hello, Mark.
Welcome.
Nice of you to join us.
That's all right.
I think
the system's going to work. That's what's going to be the difference. We're actually going to hear what they're saying on the pitch.
Yeah,
that'd be a first.
And I think, that's one thing. But I think as well, we might see a difference in the kiosks and the toilets and stuff like that. To get hot water in the gents would be a good start. And a hand dryer that works as well would be good.
It's nothing worse than a winter's afternoon, a winter's night, and you go and wash your hands in there, and it's freezing cold. It's not good, is it?
No, but it's gonna come in time. But no, it's an exciting time for us all, and my God, do we deserve it?
It's pretty surreal, to be honest. I mean, it's like you liken it to that minute when Obafemi scored at Wembley. That split second of surrealness.
Everything goes into slow motion briefly.
Yeah.
Well, the last 10 or 12 years we've been playing in slow motion. But no, seriously, it's almost like, it sounds really corny, but it's almost like we've had a promotion or something, because it just feels like
big lead weight lifted off our shoulders.
Yeah, it's like you sort of, your heart says maybe we can get into the playoffs. Luton, Coventry. I still say what I said last couple of years: mid-table success, but. Why can't we go for the playoffs?
I was at Solihull Moors last week in hospitality, and Gary Cook was there with Craig and Craig Gardner, and just name dropping there. And Gary Cook was there with Craig Gardner and Mike Wiseman as well.
Else?
And
any names you want?
Stephen Knight.
You can just see that even they're buzzing. They're absolutely buzzing about it, and I just can't wait to see what they're going to do, because I think it's really exciting.
Just like I say, you can't. Everyone's already said it, but I'm just so excited. It's like a different club. It's like I just can't wait.
So I've just lip read everything Claire said, and Claire said she's really looking forward to the season. She can't stop playing with her hair, and it's definitely only Team the Cup.
Is it working? Can you hear me?
Not very well.
That was
very well. You sound a bit like you're underwater.
That was a bit better then. Let's try again.
Is that better now?
I think so.
Bit better, yeah.
Say a bit more.
I was just saying that it's great that everybody's really optimistic.
Yeah.
But I think, though, that some people are getting too ahead of themselves.
Yeah, no, we mustn't do that. We mustn't do that.
Yeah, I I was going to say, Claire, some on social media especially are being silly.
Yeah.
They're saying it'll be, you know...
£150 million stadium.
Yeah.
And saying we're going to be in the Premier League and all this. I'll be happy to finish 12th.
I'll take mid-table, yeah.
To be honest.
I think like you know, Tom Wagner said in his video, you know, it's a long-term, our goal is to get back where we feel the club belongs, which is obviously the Premier League, and you know, it's all there, isn't it? It's all
in place.
Yeah. So it's not going to happen. Well, never say never, but I can't see it happening next season. But I'd like to think in the next 2 to 3, maybe 4 seasons, we could, you know, be pitting out, you know,
the door.
be in the top 6.
Pete Taylor said that he's not going to be happy unless there's a monster truck leading the team out with 100 cheerleaders and t-shirt hands and foam fingers around the pitch.
Yeah,
I couldn't agree more.
No, I couldn't either. Absolutely, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Perhaps we'll have a blue hamburger instead of a Beau Brummie.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
A blue dog. Hey, there you go. You see, we've already got a blue dog. We don't need hot dogs.
There you go.
I've got to say as well, I'm really pleased for anyone that's sort of younger than, you know, 24, 25, you know, around that age. Because even when we won the Carling Cup, they were like, what, 11, 12 years old.
Yeah, they haven't seen...
So they've not been able to be old enough to enjoy an alcoholic beverage after we've done something major. So, you know, I'm really pleased for those, you know, our fans of that age group.
Definitely.
And, you know, because they've only seen us, you know, over the last 12 years properly, haven't they? So I'm pleased for those. And also as well, it's, you know, obviously my dad's 73 now. We've been going down there for the last sort of 28 years.
Yeah.
You know, and it's good to know as well, you know, hopefully my dad can stick around a bit longer to
see something,
to enjoy something, you know, something else rather than, you know, watching what we've watched for the last sort of, certainly the last 7 years, I'll say, since 2016. It's been a disaster, hasn't it, really?
It's just been grim, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, we went on about the bad old days of the 80s, but the last 12 years, it's been just as bad, I would have thought.
Yeah. Go on, Claire, sorry.
Because he's obviously had, like, you know, he's done it in America. He actually's got that behind him as well.
Yeah.
So I hope if he does half of the things that he's done in America to our team, we'll be fine. And that's all you want. You just want to be a little bit competitive.
Yeah, definitely.
I like the stuff he said about the... Sorry,
questions coming, but Mark, the one that sounds the most is, when were you this last excited, apart from when you was up for parole?
I was thinking about that.
Well, the last time I had a bath. Or the last time I was allowed to come out of Coventry. But
that's today, then, isn't it?
It's today, yeah. got my pass out, yeah. But no, I can't remember, to be honest.
Do you remember the summer of 2004 when we signed Muzzy Izzet, Emil Heskey, and Jesper Gronkjaer?
We were really going for it, like make a statement.
It was like on paper, it was like a Galactica.
Yeah, it was.
Mario Melchiot. We had Upson and Cunningham at the back anyway.
Yeah,
I remember,
Anderson.
and I remember
Anderson came in, didn't he?
Yeah, and I remember thinking to myself, "Oh my God, I can't wait to go down the Blues next season now."
Yeah,
you know, and I'm feeling like that now, probably. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, back with McLeish as well when we signed Johnson and Dan, and they were good, but
Capo and
but I think we were a bit more complacent then because we were just coming out of obviously going up and down a little bit. You know, but now it's obviously been torture for the last 12 years since we won the cup, since relegation, really, apart from one season in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's
right. It's been torment, and now obviously it's that feeling again where, you know, it makes you even more excited to get back down there.
The thing is, Paul, we had that 85 to 2002. It's like 17 years, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it hasn't been far off, you know, really, the same sort of period again. It's like peaks and troughs.
Yeah.
So perhaps it is our turn to shine again.
Yeah.
It's nice to see season ticket, more people wanting to buy them. But I just want to say fair play to the ones that have been every week, who have had season tickets, who've been away through the absolute torment. I mean, you know, like going to away games and seeing 4 wins.
Yeah.
And things like that in a season, like they're the ones that fair play to everybody who has had a season ticket, been down there. You know, we've still come out in our thousands to see them. So hopefully,
it's like you say, Claire.
People in.
I mean, people say to me, I've had one 28 years, and people say, "Oh, you're not wasting your money again," but you can't help it.
No.
It's in your blood. You can't help it, can
It's
you?
just weird not on a Saturday afternoon at 3:00 when we play. Sometimes it's weird if you're not there, isn't it? Where else?
Yeah.
Well, you just wouldn't be anywhere else.
It's odd. It's a really weird feeling. Even when I moved to Coventry, people are like, "Hey, still keeping your seat?" And I said, "Yeah, why wouldn't I?"
Yeah.
Just something I want to.
Don't talk rubbish. It was when you went to prison, people were asking whether you get a pass out to come out. Mark. That's what it is, nothing else.
I've earned the right to leave that straitjacket.
You know what? The most disappointing thing is no one has asked, where's Chris?
Where's Chris?
Because I'm not on the camera. No one's, not a single person on Shoutbox.
Who said that?
I'm over here.
Nobody said where's Nick either, but I want to give him all the best as well because he's having
Yes.
a. So yeah, no,
Absolutely.
we don't have Nick with us tonight. He's having a MRI scan. Is it, Chris? Is that right? Yeah. He's got an MRI scan on his spine. So I wish him all the best, and I'm sure we all
good luck,
wish him all the best with that as well.
Get well, Nick.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, soon.
So Adam, it's been a while since you've joined us, mate. How are you? How's life with you? And what
Yeah.
are your thoughts on the future with the Blues?
All good. Once I'd heard Tom Wagner's speech, I went out and ordered my season ticket. So I'm well chuffed about that.
You ordered a Burger King or something?
Hot dogs, no. So I'm really looking forward to going down this season.
Yeah.
Full of optimism, hopefully.
Going down.
Yeah.
I was going to say that'd be typical Blues,
It'd
but
be typical,
I'm not going to say that.
One thing I do want to pick up on about his interview, how much he bigged up Craig Gardner and
Yeah.
everything he
Absolutely.
orchestrated with this
Yeah.
takeover. So yeah.
I saw him. I'm going to throw it out there again, I saw him when I was at the training ground.
Just drop
and
that my name
yeah,
again.
just drop that in again. And you could just see it in his eyes. He was absolutely
Body language and
buzzing. He looked exhausted. I think he needed a holiday at the time. I'm going
Yeah.
back to like the end of May here.
Yeah.
But yeah, he looks all refreshed and ready to go again at Solihull Moors. So he's doing a great job as well with recruitment at the moment.
He had
So,
a lot of flack, didn't he, to be
these-
fair, the last couple of years.
Yeah, but let's come on to the transfer window now because obviously we've signed. Is it 7?
7.
7 signings, and they're all our players. There's not one on loan.
Can we name
When
them
was
all?
the last time we did? When the last time we did that?
Oh,
Do
Yeah.
you want me to name them all?
Go on.
Kevin Long, Dion Sanderson, Ethan Laird, Christian Bielik, Sariki Dembele. I don't know the Japanese guy's name.
Koji,
Off the top of my
Miyako.
head. Yeah,
Koji, yeah.
yeah.
Miyoshi.
Okay, yeah, that's 6.
Yeah.
And you can
And are we including the striker Dixon,
Junior Dixon.
Junior Dixon? Is he?
Have we actually signed him?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
signed him.
Have we?
Yeah,
Missed that one then.
yeah.
Have I missed anyone else?
You said Bielik, didn't you?
Tyler Roberts.
Tyler Roberts, yeah,
Tyler
yeah.
Roberts is the other one.
So yeah.
Yeah, he scored a nice goal in the friendly.
Yeah, he did.
Stuff in the market. We've done some absolutely fantastic business, and when I look at how much potentially we've spent, actually, I think it comes out less than £4 million for all of those players that have come through the door. And I know that's what you outlay, so you've got to put the salaries and stuff on top. But what a fantastic piece of business, not just by Gardner, but by that recruitment team that I think have got to have been working way behind the scenes to get this over the line.
Yeah.
Are we going in for Cadra?
To come,
Are we going in for Cadra?
Be nice if we did.
I hope so.
I think he did enough to
would
prove his
love
place,
to
didn't
see him, even on loan again.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've got a feeling about Scott Hogan this season. He's had an operation. He's sorted out the issue that he had. Because he said, didn't he, he's not been fully fit for like 3 years.
No, and to be fair to him, he's still got double figures, hasn't he?
And I honestly think that if he can stay fit for a whole season, we could be looking at a striker there that gets over 20 goals with the right service round him.
Yeah.
And if you've got Roberts and I've still forgot the Japanese. Well, tell me the Japanese guy's name again.
Koji, Moto. Koji.
Koji.
promotion.
Can you say it with an accent?
Yoshi.
And then Dembele on the left with
Yeah.
Tyler Roberts behind him. Then that three there.
Solid signings,
It's
yeah.
pretty good, and there's a lot of pace there as well.
Because last year, last couple of years, sick of looking at the bench and seeing the kids come on and try as hard as they could, but they just, didn't have that little bit of quality.
Yeah, I think George
Nice
Hall might
now,
push
Tom.
on this season.
He could be a beast this season,
Yeah.
George Hall.
George Hall is, he's got the most potential out of all of our academy players, in my opinion.
Yeah. Maybe Jordan James needs to kick on a bit more as well.
Yeah.
Big season for him, I think, James. He's
Yeah.
got to kick
I
on
think
now.
He's
Adam
good.
Walsh has said as well, should we sign the trialist? And God, yes,
Yeah.
I think he's been
Anderson, yeah.
outstanding
Anderson,
at
yeah.
Wolves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Crossing.
it's in Spain as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it looks as though maybe not a first time, first player as such to be named in the 11, but definitely in the squad. And that's what we've got to build, the squad in depth.
I just hope to God, after all this positivity, we don't start the season with 5 at the back.
Oh God, no! I think he'll go 4-2-3-1, which is what he's been playing in Spain and Moors.
Yeah.
I think Anderson's got. I think Blackpool fans absolutely loved him. I think Blackpool fans really like when you see it on Twitter. They're like
heartbroken.
He's brilliant with both feet.
Yeah.
Crossing ability, him to UK would just be absolutely ridiculous. But I do think we do need somebody else apart from Hogan.
Yeah.
Agreed, yeah.
Definitely.
Tyler Roberts is more of a behind the striker, like a cam.
Yeah.
He's not prolific. Yeah.
He's really hard
he's...
to place.
Yeah.
Tyler Roberts. He's very versatile, but you can't say what his best position is. His goal was good in Spain, but I generally think we do need someone else apart from Yuki and Hogan.
Yeah.
Still a bit.
Sorry, Mark. Sorry, Claire. Could we not offer Sam Cosgrove to Peterborough with a couple of million, maybe, if we've got it, to get Clark Harris?
Possibly.
I think he would be built for Blues.
Yeah, 100%.
He'd be perfect.
I think he would be like a Tony.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
Can I just say about Cosgrove? I mean, some people are saying give him a chance and all that. That boat sailed. He's not going to.
Can't look back all the time.
He's not even in the squads, is he?
No,
for the friendlies?
I mean he scored last pre-season against Burton. Everyone's like, "Oh, he's a replacement for Dukey," but he ain't good enough.
No.
Let's not forget as well, the transfer market hasn't just been the men, but some fantastic signings and extensions for the ladies, which, again, Wagner said in his interview that he wants to treat the ladies exactly the same as the men, and that's great to hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He was being realistic that's our target this year, is to get them back into the WSL. And Darren, I know he's lost his assistant manager, but my God, he's done some fantastic business for the rest of it.
Yeah.
And the skipper, a player who won all of our awards last year, and Jade Pennock, we all feared that we'd lose her, but she's now said she loves it. She's got that passion for the club and loves the area and the surroundings, so wants to stay. And again, it's not very often that we get to that situation. Many years ago, it was great when we had the big names, but then they ran it down to the point that we nearly never had a ladies team, and now they're on the up. And long may that continue as well. And looking forwards to a good season for them. And hey, as season ticket holders, we can all go down and watch the ladies as part of our own season ticket. So let's get behind them as the season starts. Fixtures are released tomorrow, so it'll give an idea of what's to come. But I think, give them the backing and we can have a fantastic season with the women.
Yeah,
I think it helps in being American, because obviously in America, women's football's massive.
Huge, yeah.
Well, they're tipped to win the World Cup, aren't they, America?
Yeah.
Do we think before the Leeds game, Tom Wagner will come on the pitch with a microphone and have a chat to us all, or what do we think?
Delia Smith style.
So.
Yeah.
He's in the country, unless he's doing some other stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did it
him all the time, don't I?
I don't know. He might do the tour of Digbeth like he did before. Just go around the pubs and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope he does. Dad, imagine the enthusiasm. I mean, it's going to be a good atmosphere anyway. But that really.
He said he's going to be there, hasn't he? I mean, he's gone public and said that they will be there for that first game. And barring anything going wrong, we hopefully will see him on the pitch. Whether we get words out of him, I don't know, but we definitely should see him there. And I think the other thing I'm looking forward to is all this interaction with the fans groups, and opportunities for things to progress. They've mentioned it on numerous times, but the fan advisory board, if that can really be put together, that'll be really, really powerful. New owners, people that believe in the communication and want to build it, and more fan interaction and involvement, it'd be absolutely huge.
Definitely. And do we change the Tampere now for Frank Sinatra, New York, New York?
Or American Trilogy, Elvis. But do you think he'll tap into the Peaky Blinders theme a lot more?
Possibly, yeah. Because I know Stephen Knight's been, in and amongst it as well, isn't he?
Yeah, because that's an angle he could go for.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, it's exciting times. I can't wait to see, walk in the stadium for the first, time against Leeds for next season and see how it's unrecognisable.
Yeah. It's gonna be
Let's
good.
hope they put a lick of paint on, hey? Let's see what happens.
Yeah, fingers
I
crossed.
was surprised when they took all the, all the signage down and the legends off the side of the stadium. I must say that.
Yeah.
I didn't think
They're
they.
doing something to that, aren't they? They've already said.
It's got to be for the sponsor, surely.
That's something that's going to go up.
Yeah, yeah, but you had the sponsors on there anyway, didn't you? From last season, you could have just removed that and put the new sponsors up there.
Possibly, yeah.
Because all the legends, obviously, like that were up there.
They're always going to be legends.
They are,
Yeah,
yeah,
true,
but I'm just
yeah.
surprised they were took down. That's all. So
Unless they're incorporating something and they're just going to try and make it better, but it's something that, hopefully they don't take the legends down.
no,
Or they can at least put it somewhere else. But it's this undefeated and all that, isn't it? So unless they
Or a new chapter or something maybe at the top.
amazing in mind,
yeah.
I don't know.
imagine that undefeated all season.
We're so going to get the stick. We're so going to get stick for
It's
that.
bad enough with trillion trophies, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So, as long as it's
I
not
think
big.
that's the other thing is the sponsorship. Is if you look at the way Wagner runs his businesses and when he takes on these companies that are in financial distress, what he does is he massively invests in them to get the sponsorship over the line and to support them with the right advertising, the right people behind it, to then build them. And Hertz is the classic example. When you look, they were financial ruin when he took them over, and now they're, I believe, is it the number one now in car rental?
Yeah.
And he has built them up to be in the most profitable area out of all of his businesses.
Yeah, yeah,
Wouldn't surprise me if that's our shirt sponsor for this year.
yeah.
Let's just say I think we all know who the shirt sponsor is for the year. But I mean, in terms of the shirt, there's been a lot of questions asked on the shout box and also before today. Do we know anything? The answer is no.
No.
I wish we did as much as everybody else. I'm sure they'll be doing something and it'll be planned in a big way, but we know nothing apart from it looks as though Undefeated are the shirt sponsors, because I don't think they put it on training wear.
I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be blue and white. It's
But
definitely
no.
got a globe and a football on the badge.
And
But that's
probably
about all
no.
we know.
That's as much as.
What's the sponsor with the gate numbers then? So you got 4 and a 5, ain't you? Like a line going diagonally through it, like a number 5 in gate numbers as well. I've seen that on there.
Yeah.
So that
That's
could
the
be.
Undefeated.
Is that their
blue
logo?
switch, if you want to call
It's a
it that.
logo.
Okay, because Tom Wagner said, didn't he, in the video that it's never been done before. Like
It's going to be something that's unusual, wasn't it, or something that we're going to be
Well,
quite
Blue's been
surprised about.
undefeated for a season, definitely is. So
yeah.
it could be that.
Has anyone
Look
sort of
at
been
the
down?
training wear, though. I mean, the training wear looks absolutely superb. And the thing that, not just the T-shirts, but the interview with Deion Sanderson at the weekend when he wearing the grey hoodie. Looks absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Bring on that sort of stuff. And obviously, Undefeated as a business, they sell like, it's not just your normal stuff, from Nike or other sports areas. It's the top of the range things. It's in America, they're huge, absolutely huge, and let's just hope it can take off.
Yeah, no, definitely. So it's going to be good.
Sorry, Paul, I was going to say, has everyone been down, like literally been down the Blues since season finished to have a look or anything?
No.
Have you all been to the club shop or anything?
No, I know Den obviously gave us the invite to have a look around and whatever. But no, not that I've seen.
I've been
I mean, the videos and the pictures show that with the Tilton, it is coming along nicely. Like, they must be, working really hard at it.
Yeah.
Hopefully it can be done quicker.
Yeah.
So obviously it needs to be done properly, but, I wasn't expecting it to be half as done.
No, exactly, yeah. But the shirt's got to be out next week, because obviously the first game of the season's the week after.
Yeah.
So it's got to be next week.
It's gotta be.
But we've obviously gone over incomings, so let's talk about outgoings, and obviously Chong going to Luton.
Yeah.
What are people's thoughts on that? Do we think we're losing a...
I think we can get over that. I know it sounds awful, but I think we can... like you said, 5 goals?
Yeah, 5 goals in about 52 games.
7 assists.
7 assists, yeah. So you'd like to think that...
What were we saying before, 5 mil, was it?
4 million, yeah. I wish him all the best, though.
We liked him, wished him all...
Hope he does well.
But
obviously, they're buying him on probably off the back of his performance when we beat him 5-0 there a couple of seasons ago, because he was unplayable that day, wasn't he?
He was on fire, wasn't he? Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I think he's a good player. He's got potential again to be good, but in a blue shirt, at times I found him a bit frustrating when he got into the areas.
It's a bit weak.
His final ball let him down at times, but overall, he wasn't a bad signing for us, was he, for a season or two?
No, he played his part, and like I say, wish him well, but...
If I'm honest, I think we'll see him back in the Championship with Luton next season.
Yeah.
I think he was too injury prone. I think he needed to bulk up. I think he needs to bulk up for the Premier League. I think
his legs were made out of biscuits at times.
He used to just get shoved off the ball too easily, in my opinion.
The thing is, if the money,
the
money's in line with what is being speculated as well, because there's that many different things. It's undisclosed according to the announcement, but then you read off one person that it's 4 million. I can't ever see it being 4 million, and the reason is there was a 25% sell-on clause to Man United. So in theory, you take that out, all we're going to be doing is gaining $1.5 million, which doesn't seem a lot for a player of ultimately his calibre. But then you read others with the add-ons, and if that is true, then actually we'd have been silly not to sell him. And ultimately, good luck to him. He's earned his opportunity in the Premier League.
Yeah.
He's going to be playing the top crack of football. And, in a way, I desperately hope that he does well. I want Luton to ultimately do as best as they can, but I just can't see them surviving. And for me, what would be absolutely lovely is to say that we'd swap places at the end of the season.
Are there any players that were released that you think we shouldn't have? Or happy with the ones that have gone?
Job, obviously Job, hasn't he? Job gone to Sunderland, didn't he, as well?
Yeah, Job.
But
Max Collins.
Max Collins
probably the one for me. I think we should have maybe.
I've got to admit though, watching Laird, I mean, he's my favourite. I think he's absolutely brilliant. I do. I think he's the perfect replacement. I think his whole vibe and everything.
He's energetic and
I think
he seems a real character off the pitch as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, like you need players like that, and I think Colin had just run his course. I think Colin's a brilliant player. Don't get me wrong, but it's nice to see us actually signing players that are mid-20s. I've been saying this for months. Sign the players that are in their prime, get them for 2 to 3 year contracts, then put in a sprinkle of loans. For the next 2 or 3 years, we've got our solid base now.
Yeah, definitely. And we need a left-back, don't we, as well?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, go back to Max. I think go back to France. So, I mean, to be fair...
I don't think he was ever intending to stay. I think there was a little bit of home sickness with him. He was getting to a point where he was very open around the fact that the club hadn't gone anywhere, and ultimately, some of that finger of blame has to be put down to the players. They're the people at the end of the day that are walking out on the pitch, and they're the ones that, if they were really desperate to make sure that they stayed at the club, they'd have been absolutely outstanding and earned themselves a new contract. But none of those players that went, for me, actually did do that. Deeney, his legs had gone. He gave us his time at the club. He tried. Did he help with stability? Part of it, I think he maybe have helped with the kids, but there's other parts of me that I think he was actually a bad influence on the team and the squad. Then I look at a few of the others. Yes, we lost people, but also if they hadn't have gone, salary-wise, we'd have lost a lot.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot from those people that have left, and Dean was the one for me. People talk about should we have kept him. Well, if he'd have sat down and thought about having a contract that was maybe a quarter of what he was being paid originally, may have done. And the other thing is, they're not exactly signed up with anybody at the moment. So we know there's irons in the fire.
Yeah.
Are they some of them? Those parts we don't know at this present moment.
I think Harley Dean's played. Yeah, Harley Dean's played over 200 games for us, hasn't he? And Colin. So they've been good servants for us.
Yeah.
During some of the really shocking times as well.
Where do you stand with Sunjic?
I like him as a ball winner, but it just depends on. It depends. He ain't going to get in ahead of Bielik, and I only want one defensive midfielder. I don't want two.
No.
So I see him as a good backup for Bielik, but again, what's he being paid though? He's probably still on 25-30 grand a week as well, isn't he? Because he's our record signing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
so yeah, I mean, my gut feeling is I think Sunjic might move on, but I don't know if he doesn't. Then great, he's good to have in the squad, but. It's just his wages,
He's
isn't
come
it?
out today and said he likes him, hasn't he?
Eustace said he likes him,
Yeah,
but there
yeah.
again, is he trying to up his bit? Trying to sell it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kidology or
I
whatever.
like him as a ball winner. He does.
Yeah.
He does get around the pitch really well. He wins the tackles
I
well.
know, but he can't pass the ball though, can he?
No.
No.
He's not, got the best.
No.
Isn't this his last year of his contract? So again, has he got a point to prove now, though? If
he's in the shop window.
He's going to get his run. He's got to put himself in the shop window, and if he wants to be that player that ultimately, when we bought him, he was the one that a lot of teams wanted, across Europe.
Yeah.
So if he wants to put himself in that window again, is he going to give us the next 12 months being absolutely superb? Don't know, and I'm still on the fence with him. I don't know whether I still want him to be with us or actually whether he's better just to cut ties and let him go and maybe get in that attacking midfield that we need now.
Yeah, definitely. I think what excites me is that three. You could have Bielik, George Hall, and maybe Roberts. As a three, or Bacuna. Bacuna. 4-3-3. That's pretty good, isn't it?
That's
And
not
you've got
bad.
Jordan James. You've got
Yeah.
a few of them. I think we're okay in midfield. I think his defence and up front.
Yeah, and also as well, another player I want to mention that's gone is Jordan Graham.
Well,
because not once did he play in his position really for us. He was playing left wing back. He was played right wing back. He's played right back at times. I think he's only been played in his position as like a left or right winger a couple of times.
I was going to say, when he left, he came on social media and he said, he's going obviously, but he was really buzzing for the Blues fans. But Troy hasn't said anything, has he?
I don't know, to be honest.
Slight away, kind of, isn't it? I think.
He's just, and he hasn't said, best of luck, everyone. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it's a bit telling,
Will he
really.
do that though when he actually signs for another team or?
I just thought he would have said, it's been good, cheers for the memories and all the rest of it.
Not everyone's like that though, are they?
Yeah, true. It could be down to the person.
Has he gone? Is he not behind the scenes maybe, or I don't know.
No,
He has officially left the club, hasn't he? His contract's up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Chris, any comments coming in that
There's absolutely hundreds.
anyone you ever mentioned?
Where's Chris Brown? I am here. There's just not enough cameras and there's not enough mics, so I'm on a radio mic. So, but if you look closely at the bottom, I think you'll see me waving.
Yeah, Nigel, man, we can confirm we haven't sold Chris Brown.
No, I'm definitely so.
We realised if we did, we'd actually be giving a refund. So, no, he hasn't gone anywhere.
he spelt your name like the singer though, without the E on the end of the Brown.
That's right, I know. Chris Lingard or Lyle Taylor says Bill Mint. Where's George Hall? No pre-season games.
Injured.
Sudik says Bobo Hunkins, made up name. Sunnik is inconsistent on his day. He's brilliant, but
Agreed.
sometimes he never shows up.
No, it's right.
Croatia.
Yeah, and that's the problem. You say we'll struggle to get rid of him because no one will give him the same money as what we are.
Yeah. I mean, going back to the comments about Lingard, Lingard's, how much money's on it for? £180?
He's on 200,000 at Forest. He's going to go.
He's never going to come. Why would he come to Blues?
No. Do we think now? Obviously, Ruddy's number one. Yeah. Do you think Etheridge is being paid more than Ruddy?
Yes,
I think so. Yeah.
Etheridge, yeah.
Say that's not right either, is it? Really?
Yeah, but Etheridge was going to get more, wasn't he, when his contract when he played a certain amount of games, so it went up.
But his average wages, though, Claire, are more than Ruddy's, I would say, wouldn't you? Obviously, it's not Ruddy's fault, or it's not Etheridge's fault, because obviously he signed when Karanka was here at that time, and he's just obviously signed the contract for, what was it, 3 years maybe? And he's a good goalkeeper, Etheridge. I like him, but is it wrong? Is it right though for the number two keepers to be paid more than the number one?
I mean, there's other comments coming through. Lingard's been a couple of times actually, but he apparently valued at £8 million. Well, hasn't he he's been let go by Forest, hasn't he?
Forest to let him go, yeah. And
Forest, he's been on a year's contract. He's gone from there. If he has seriously earned that amount of money whilst he's been at Forest, and actually, I suppose, good question, does he need that sort of money? And would he take a drop to actually get his career back in line?
Apparently he's going to the Middle East.
He hasn't had one really since he went down there at United. It's a shame. The kid could do a lot better. We saw it ourselves, didn't we? We just need to perhaps a boost.
Benji Smith
Gone to West Ham at the time.
Smith just says, did anyone see Trusty coming back?
I'd love to see him come back, but I can't see it.
I think
see
too late
in the
now.
Arsenal squad. I think he will go in the Premier League if they loaned him out.
I think he'll be back up for Gabriel at Arsenal.
Yeah, he could be.
Yeah.
He could even. Yeah, if he's happy to be a backup for a season. Yeah.
He's going to learn. I'm not saying he'll play for Arsenal much next season, but he could. Arteta could have him in his thoughts.
I would be stunned.
Gabriel
I would be stunned if he goes to Ipswich, though.
No, I can't see that happening.
No, that's the latest rumour, but there's no way he's better than Ipswich.
But I would love him back, Trusty. He'd be he would have been the number one choice, for me, out of all the loan signings. But I'm pleased we've got Sanderson. I'm pleased we've got Bielik as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
So yeah, we're looking good, aren't we? We're looking pretty good. We've got a bit of strength in depth now as well.
Yeah. We do.
So yeah.
I think
so you can see football's gone crazy when Nigel Mann has just put on there. Have you seen that Henderson has gone to the Saudi League for £700,000 a week?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's just obscene.
So Tom Ross often says the game's gone.
Yeah,
you're not wrong when it's that sort of money that's being put out there.
No,
you can't blame the players though when they have that offer to them either.
No, you ain't going to turn it down.
Valued at 1.8 million, and people's thoughts on that. So, what does everybody think on that one?
Dak.
Good squad player.
Good
Always
player.
get your goal.
What happened to the other striker they had, Blackburn, who scored loads? What's his name?
Brereton.
Yeah, is he gone anywhere? Because he was
still at Real, wasn't he?
Was it? Because he's out of contract as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Has he gone abroad? Has he gone to?
Well, that was the rumour. He was going to go to Real, so I don't know whether he's actually gone.
Because he's the kind of player we need. Someone who guarantees you goals at this level.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, obviously, I'd love. It's too early to talk like this, but Shea Adams back would be perfect, wouldn't it? Somebody like that. We need.
I think I saw the other day that Burnley had taken an interest in him.
Yeah, we need somebody like him. Quick.
Chris Wood.
Yeah, Chris Wood. He's getting on a bit now, though, isn't he? Yeah. You want somebody from league. Look, Clark Harris is the perfect signing.
You would do anything to get him.
Yeah.
He has got so much. He's got the height. He's got the pace. He's got the goals. He's got.
Yeah.
But I think other people will be after him and be able to pay.
Sometimes you think whether we play on that.
But he goes to Peterborough in a couple of weeks. Talk to Barry Fry. Let's see what he can do.
I was just about to say that. You play on the Barry Fry link.
Well, his day's opportunity. I always remember a certain Emil Heskey tearing us to shreds when he was playing for Liverpool, and he knew that Birmingham were interested, so he was buying himself a contract.
Yeah, that's the way.
Could he do exactly the same? I'm not going to lie, it's pre-season. I couldn't care less what the result is, but if he does do it and he shines and we can get him, go hell for it. I totally agree.
I don't think
eager and wants it.
I don't think he'll play, Craig, because he's on the transfer list, isn't he? They've made him available for transfer.
Do you not feel I put him in the window? I just think it's a player's opportunity to stand out, isn't it?
He did that enough last season, though, didn't he? He scored 27 goals in League One.
Yeah.
So
would you have Kadra back?
Yeah, I said that. Yeah.
Does he get in the team now, though, with Dembele and?
I would have him because I'd rather have four
Koji,
what's it down for me?
See what happens.
Say again.
You know what I mean?
Japanese.
He's got pace as well.
Yeah. I mean, Dembele can play through the middle as well, can't he? He's played through the middle before, I think.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
So you could have that three, plenty of pace there.
Yeah.
Mark, it's no good signing the piece of paper now. Paulie's not going to act as your representative. You've got to go back.
Yeah, so you wanted to wish someone happy birthday, didn't you, Claire?
Oh, yeah. Can I say a massive happy birthday to Helena for tomorrow?
No.
Happy birthday to Helena for tomorrow.
Yeah.
From all of us.
How old are you, Claire? What do you do for a living?
I'm 32 now. That's the difference.
Oh, yeah.
Crikey, you look a lot older.
You don't look a day over 36. This is really impressive.
So yes,
I've got to. Chris, can I do the shameless plug now for Dennis?
Oh,
is that
God,
all right?
why not? Everybody else has.
Why not? Yeah, okay then. So, actually, it's not a shameless plug, actually. This is something that as Tilton Talk, we've looked at for a while and got some opportunities now to team up with EA Promotions. And in association with Tilton Talk, there's going to be a couple of Birmingham-linked player Q&A sessions that are at St Andrews, but also a night with Lee Clark. So if you haven't seen these already, Lee Clark is early part of October, and tickets are available to purchase for that.
13th, I believe.
And just Yeah, 17th. And just
13th.
yesterday.
13th.
13th, Craig.
13th, sorry.
Friday 13th.
And yesterday, a great night for me. I think this one would be superb. And it's some of the squad from the 2001 Worthy Cup season. So it's already been announced that Martin O'Connor, Jerry Gill, Darren Pearce, and Marcelo will be joining us at St Andrews for a night there. I think we may have a special compare for the evening as well, from what I'm seeing. So that will be announced soon.
A special compare.
Some other players that may well be joining, so watch out.
Yeah, a special compare is that, Craig, on that night for the Worthington Cup?
That's what I've heard these rumours. Apparently this person's got an absolute amazing memory of various things.
Okay, that'll be good then. I look forward to that.
Yeah.
Chris was washing his hands, nothing else, I promise. He's got a radio mic on and he went walkies.
I forgot the rest of that. Just going back to the owners, I think one of the main things that comes out is that we all trust what they're doing, which is unusual, isn't it? That's not happened for a long, long time.
No.
You know, we're not sort of questioning their actions and their decisions.
No.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we've seen their face, that's why. Because we've actually heard them and seen them.
Well, Tom Wagner said more in that 12-minute video than the last two owners said in the last 14 years.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a good start for him.
It's a brilliant start.
It's absolutely fantastic.
Nigel Mann, I can confirm it is not Chris doing a compare. It's definitely not on his bucket list.
No, I would say. 10,000 season tickets sold this season. How's that compared to last year? I think it's roughly the same. But
did we sell 14 in the end last?
In the end,
14 it was.
So it's still early days though, and it's still a few weeks to go.
General sale doesn't start for a while, does it?
No, I think it's tomorrow, isn't it? General sales.
General's tomorrow, yeah.
I think that's just renewals. I'm sure that's just renewals.
Yeah.
Can anyone remember the first game when Sullivan and the Golds took over?
Oh, the I remember the first home game. It was when we had that weird kit, wasn't it?
We changed the kit, didn't we? Straight away.
Yeah,
as soon as they came in.
We saw on the forum
that onto the pitch at the beginning of the game, and
that's right.
There's a big shout out to him and everything else. Actually, the Wagner thing is going to be in line with that because it's a very, very similar situation when they took over.
Yeah, I remember Tom Ross doing a forum with them straight away.
Straight off in Longridge, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then Barry Fry came in not long after, didn't he? Christmas, wasn't it? 93.
93. And Barry lost his first game to Palace away.
Yeah. So I can't remember though the first game under Sullivan and Gold's regime. To be honest, I can't remember who we played first.
To be fair.
Yeah.
So I know Barry lost his first game.
There's just been a question from Michael Woods. Are you certain that his name's Wagner and not Watson?
He's still trying to get through.
He's still trying to get on, is he?
Still trying to get on. He can't get on at all.
Okay.
He's really got to get that hamster run a bit faster.
So the team then is looking strong. Well, that's strong. You know, our first 11 now, I think, isn't bad at this level. I'd like to think we could finish above 17th.
I would have thought. Imagine if we were.
But according to the bookies, we're second favourite to be relegated. So, yet again, who needs a team talk? Just post that. It's simple. I cannot understand it for the life of me why the bookies come out the way that they are when there's such positivity and they instantly install the club as second favourites for relegation.
Yeah, but that was before, though, wasn't it? That was before we signed everyone and before it all came out. So hopefully there might have been a change.
Yeah. I was going to say there should be if there isn't.
Or everybody's lumped in on the playoffs and all of a sudden they're going to change their mind and start promoting us in that one instead.
Yeah. Sorry, Paul. Just as a matter of interest for the Championship, who do we think will be the ones to watch at the bottom? I think Albion will be in trouble.
Yeah, me too.
Well, they've got no more parachute payments now.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's usually the teams that come up from League One as well, isn't it? That are usually down there round and abouts, and obviously Sheffield Wednesday,
maybe Rotherham.
Yeah,
Hull might
Ipswich.
Norwich. I think Norwich could really struggle.
Yeah, Ipswich go up. Yeah, they did, didn't they? And Plymouth.
Yeah.
Plymouth. We got Plymouth back for the first time since 2008, isn't it?
2000. Yeah. I
remember Carsley scored against them away.
Upson scoring a header as well. The home one.
Was that against Plymouth?
Yeah. Guess the day's already sorted for that one, isn't it? I mean, come on, if they don't bring Trevor back for that game at St Andrews, there'd be something wrong with the club's thinking. So it has to happen. Coming from them and then being our leader as such, they've just got to have that as the day.
Where would you play him though?
Left back on the bench.
And I think the team to watch in our league, the team that I think will probably win it,
Leicester.
Yeah,
I think Leicester.
Yeah.
Even when they went down, I just thought Leicester. Oh, they might not have spent a lot, but they just.
Yeah, if you can spend 17 million quid on 2 players,
Cody,
going to be all right.
Cody, Winks. Even I mean, they didn't invest much last year, but even so, I think that.
I've got Alan on the line. Alan, can you turn your sound down?
Got a bit of an echo.
Yes. I can
Turned it off.
Hey,
well,
can you hear?
well done.
Here he is.
Can you all hear him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there we go. They can all hear
Hi,
you,
Alan.
Hello, Mr.
Hello.
Hello.
I've got something to show you all.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Should you do that in public?
It's not Babe Station.
You can get cream for that, Al. You can get cream for it.
Can anyone read that?
What's that
Can
say?
you see that?
Watto's Weekly Fans.
Pull it back a bit, Al. Oh, a bit more. There we go.
So Watto's Weekly Fans all over the world. Tom Wagner is Birmingham City's new owner. Tom Watson is a famous American golfer.
So we've been taken over by a famous American golfer.
Sorry about that. Yeah. I don't know what made me say that, but there you go.
Oh, well, no worries.
Never mind.
Just stay on the line because we can hear you. Okay. Can you hear me?
And Alan, just to confirm as well, in Alan's non-presence, he is definitely not calling from prison. that's not happening. So Nigel is not in prison.
I'm on my phone here. But yeah, I can't get to on Facebook, and I've been trying for an hour.
How are you feeling, Alan? Anyway, how are you feeling about going down now next season after all this? Obviously, over the last few days, you feeling like me, like the best you've felt for a long time?
Absolutely, yeah. And I like this bloke. He talks my language. You know, he
talk about Paul.
That goes without saying.
No, Tom Watson. He's got the same vision that I've had for probably 50 years now. This idea of a place in not only football society but the country's society. Birmingham should be up there.
Yeah. And
Birmingham City should be up there.
Yeah.
With them. And I like the way he talked about that. It might take 20 years to get to that, but who knows? If that's where you're going, then that'll we can all enjoy the ride, can't we?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I do like his.
We talked about potential for relegation, but I'll put it out, on the shout box and then to everybody now. Where do you think we'll finish? Where would you be happy with?
11th.
With the squad as it is right now. I wouldn't be surprised, Claire, to be honest, with the squad that we've got. I've not seen Dembele yet, or
Dembele is quality. That's all I'm going to say. I've watched him a few times. He's absolutely brilliant.
Okay, brilliant.
I've seen
left foot, right foot.
Good.
I'm really glad we got him. I think he's brilliant.
Who's he? Is he anyone like anyone else you've seen play for us before, Claire?
He's got like a bit of Damari Gray and Redmond about him.
Okay, yeah.
That's how I would describe.
Okay, yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, when we've spoken to the other girls in her gang too, some of them are Bournemouth fans, and they were like, well, he's a good Championship player, so I'll take that on board.
Yeah, I do love a fast winger.
Yeah.
He gets the crowd off their seats, doesn't it?
Well, we've said it before. We haven't really had one since Stan.
It is the same guy that ran us ragged a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. When we lost 3-0. I mean, it was the same guy that absolutely ran us off the park. And if he shows half of what he showed that day, it'll be a decent signing. And I think it was signing him meant that we could comfortably get rid of Chong and take the money. And it wasn't a coincidence that the two things happened on the same day. In comes Dembele and out goes Chong, and
Yeah.
I think that was always the proviso before we let him go.
Yeah. Michael Wood's comment there, he's got a bit of unlove about him. That'll do for me, because he's one of my favourite ever players.
I loved him.
Absolutely loved him. And he doesn't. I don't think he gets mentioned enough as a Blues player.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
You're right.
He doesn't get mentioned in that classic term.
No, he was.
His quality,
He was outstanding for us.
Totally agree.
He was.
Totally agree.
So it's interesting on the show box. Awful lot of people saying 12th.
I'll settle for that.
For positioning. We've also got top 10 from a fair few as well. With a valid comment. If Coventry and Luton can make the playoffs, then why can't we?
Well, you just took the words out of my mouth there. Yeah, I was going to say, if you're having this conversation as a Coventry or Luton fan this time last year, they'd probably be saying about the same as us. And you just never know.
Has said bookies still have us at 4-1 to be relegated.
I've just give Paul the odds.
Yeah. Promotion was 16-1. That's worth a cheeky.
That's worth it. Yeah,
and to make playoffs,
15-2.
Yeah.
So, we do need a couple more players though. I think.
Like we said earlier, a centre forward, just a pacey centre forward.
If we got Clark Harris,
he'd be the missing.
Then he would be the missing piece of the jigsaw. I think.
We got Clark Harris, we'll end up being top 10 playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. Claire,
That's it.
Yeah. And a left back. We need a good left back.
Yeah.
I like Joe Bryan, who's been released by Fulham, who was at Bristol City.
Oh, has he been released?
Yeah.
He'd be
Did
worth
we look at him before as well?
Yeah,
well, Redknapp
after him before he went to Fulham.
Redknapp looked at everyone though.
Redknapp was after him. Yeah, Redknapp was after him when he was here.
Don't forget Alex Song there.
Turn the Aber taxi round.
Aren't we? And that Arsenal centre back we're after as well.
Oh, the Ray.
That's all talk. That's been stopped today. Mr. Dickin at the Mail has said that there's absolutely nothing in it.
What was that? Sorry, who was that for?
The Arsenal lad.
Young lad from Arsenal.
What about Alanga? Has anybody mentioned that?
No, that's just.
Is that just rumour?
He's going to go to a Premier League club, isn't he?
Yeah, he will.
He should do.
He will do. Yeah. It does worry me a bit though with this 5 at the back with so many centre halves. We've got 4. We've already got Nico Gordon, Roberts, Long, and Sanderson.
Gordon,
Gordon.
He looked good when he came on at Solihull Moors, didn't he, Claire? Second half. Nico Gordon, he looked fit again.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell he's been a bit off the pace. You could tell that it was a young side. All of the difference in quality, but he looks all right. I mean, he's never really done a bad job. He hasn't been around for a while, has he?
No. So, some people are saying that Joe Bryan's gone to Millwall on a free. I didn't know that. To be fair. So,
Row bottoms. That's very true. 7 signings, not one loan yet. Apart from Long, they're all under the age of 25, and we're building for the future. Right, and it's something that I think was said a few seasons ago. But just thinking about it, I was having a chat with a few people from work today, and one of the things that everybody laughed at was that Craig Gardner went public a few seasons ago saying, we're going to have 2 seasons of struggling, and then in the 3rd season, we're going to go for it. And I know that we've got new owners, and that's part of the difference to what's happening. But actually, that's what's happened, is these people on the high salaries, we've got rid of the vast majority of them. So therefore, we're in a situation where we can play a little bit, and we've had money coming in for our players. So we have gone for it in that third year, I think it is, when we go back over it. So, and huge shout out and kudos to Craig Gardner. He
got so much.
He was put out there by Wagner, but what a job! What a job he's doing.
Superb. Yeah.
And he's had some stick, hasn't he?
He's had the last couple of years.
I don't know how he's stuck with us. I really don't.
Well, Ian Dutton had a load of stick as well, didn't he, when he came?
His face, and people saw him working with them and put 2 and 2 together, and didn't realise that actually he was, the person who was actually kind of running it a little bit. I think that's why I think he got all the stick, because he's the only person that was there that we could see that worked for them. While now, you got Tom Wagner, who's actually, we know his face. We've actually heard from him. He's been to the ground within the last 2 years. I think that's the difference.
Yeah,
And talking about going to the ground, I'd like to come back to the fans. Those who have said, I'm not setting foot while the current, the previous owners are there. I hope they do stick to the word now and start trying to come to games. I know. Don't get me wrong. I know it's an expensive game these days. If you can lucky enough to afford a season ticket, fair play. But even if you get to just 1 or 2 games, just
the cynics will say they still own 55%.
yeah.
At least it's cheaper than Leeds.
The kind of people that say that.
I think it's disgusting.
Oh, Leeds and Sheffield.
I think I don't know how these teams, I don't know how the EFL are allowing these teams to pay, you're paying over 40, 50 quid for a ticket. And then Leeds have then come out and said, if you make it so it's cheaper and we go to yours, we can deduct percentages. So they've got if you're a Cardiff fan, you'll only pay £27. So what's going on? It's ridiculous. It should be £20. Reading, fair play to them last season.
Yeah. Well,
if you charge us 20, we'll charge you 20.
That 20 is plenty, didn't they?
Yep.
30, 40 quid.
Yeah.
But it is. Generally, we're lucky we can afford season tickets and whatever, but it is we are still a cost of living, aren't we, really?
Alan, did you want to come in and say something, mate?
You did, yeah.
I was just going to say that you get these people that say, I'm never going to do this and never going to do that. Most of the people that say that don't come anyway.
No, they
use that as an excuse. And they won't be rushing back.
No.
But there will be people who are genuine fans who may have got fed up. And new fans.
Charged.
And new fans. That's the thing you've got to do. You've got to attract new people. And I think this regime will do that. They'll find a way. I've talked before about the American way of marketing games, especially in games that have got no real, they're dead games. And they'll do all sorts, bring your kid and he'll get a hat and, and you get a free pie or all sorts of gimmicks just to get bums on seats. Now,
bring a kid, you'll get a game.
We don't do that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that.
So bring a kid, you'll get a game.
Bring a kid,
The one
you'll get a
thing I
game.
do want to say is all those people that are talking about, we only turn up because we have to or because we feel we need to, right? They're the type of people I don't want back at the club because actually, through thick and thin, all of us can honestly say we've been down there through severe good times or even worse bad times. We have supported them, Claire, home and away, for God knows how many seasons now, and put money behind the club. Now, those people that, I don't want people jumping on a bandwagon thinking that everything's going to be rosy and then start turning against people. I've already heard we're only going to give so many games to John Eustace before he's going to go and all this business. No, you got to back what's there now and be in it for the long term. The people we really need through the door are those kids and teenagers that we lost due to COVID and, the people that we need to attract back at St Andrews. And a lot of the comments on the shout box for people who have said, we haven't had season tickets for years, but we've bought them again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Counting on 2 hands now, how many people have said they're not just buying for themselves, but they're buying for family.
Yeah.
That's what we need. We need to rebuild the fan base. We need to, I said it on WM the other night, we need to build that atmosphere that people hated. The atmosphere that Alex Ferguson said he couldn't stand it when he came to St Andrews. And, he'd been at teams like Trabzonspor, for example, and saying it was still worse at Birmingham.
Yeah.
So we need that. We need that back. That's not going to happen overnight. We have got to attract
having
people
lower stands. Lower stands will help with that.
I've got to say though, sorry, Craig.
I can't wait for them to be open.
Yeah, but hand on heart, sorry, Craig. Hand on heart, how many of us have actually said, at this time over the last 12, or say 7, 8 years, I don't think I'm going to bother renewing next season. I've had enough.
Hand on heart.
I know I have.
Hand on heart, I haven't, Paul, to be honest.
Haven't you not?
Honestly, I haven't. I've had one 28 years.
I knew all along. I knew all along I was going.
I've never.
But I was saying, like, I've had it. The worst time for me was when we had Steve Cottrell. I could not go with that man as our manager. I could not stand the bloke, you know. And he was, for me, the worst one we had during all them hard times. And he was the one who really tested me going down there. I don't know about anyone else. Did anyone else feel like that at the time?
Yeah, I went to the Brentford 6-0.
Yeah.
Away when he just walked past.
Yeah.
Didn't even acknowledge anybody.
No,
it was horrendous.
He was unlikable, wasn't he?
I know it was a disaster under Zola as well. Don't get me wrong, but I could see what the guy was trying to do. He just didn't have the players to do it.
I think that was an exciting disaster.
This guy Cottrell, he genuinely thought he was Pep Guardiola.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it was just an absolute. And I know he had that little purple patch for about a month. But Gary Monk came in and made him look stupid, didn't he, with the same squad?
And we were gutted when Monk left.
Yeah. So just reflecting on it all, that was the time when I was like, I don't think I can. Even though it was already halfway through a season, I was like, I don't know if I can. You know, after obviously renewing and having Harry Redknapp as our manager and signing all those players at that time.
I think there's a lot. I know a few in that boat, and some games I went on my own because even though I'd seen tickets, I didn't bother. And I was like, they said you must be mad trekking all the way.
But whether you've had a season ticket 10 minutes or 25, 30 years, I couldn't give a monkeys, you know. We're all sat there cheering the boys on, and that's I want to see St Andrews back to, like Craig just said, what it was.
Yeah.
You know, when it was a fortress.
You need atmosphere in that place. When you get atmosphere, there's no other ground like it.
Yeah, no, that's right. And that's what we want back.
A few shout-outs as well around the appointment of Gary Cook. I think you know...
That's a good one.
It wasn't hidden, was it? For the last game of the season, the pure fact that he was in with the consortium at that point in time, that his name's never disappeared. I mean, I love the fact, first of all, that he's a Blues fan.
Yeah, I never knew that.
He will be there. He used to be on the terracing, so he knows what it's like. And
he's been one of us.
Yeah,
he's had some bad times, right? But he's had more good than he has bad. So I think he will be a great representative for the group that are over here, and the people at the club as well now. So and again, a couple of names that have been mentioned on the board, but Ian Dutton being one of them. You know, we haven't heard a lot from Ian.
No.
However, I still can't help and think to myself, but also say that actually his hands were tied. He was employed by a group of people that wouldn't let him necessarily talk about the things that he needed to. And when he got an opportunity to do stuff, things did happen. And I really hope that a lot of the people that are in the back room at this club at the moment are still there. There's always people that unfortunately lose roles. But I really do hope that we keep the nucleus of the people that tried to do it for us.
Well,
the fact
that would bleed blue for us.
Ian's been at the club 16 years. You know, if you cut him in half, he'd bleed blue. Like you know, you don't want to be losing people like that at the club. And I think he's done a great job doing what he's doing. I really do. You know, so I'd like to think. I mean, as far as I'm aware, he's still very much the managing director. You know, you can have a CEO and a managing director.
Yeah.
So I don't think anything's changed there.
No,
he wasn't exactly, even, you know, before this, he wasn't really saying...
No.
There wasn't much for him to say anyway, is there really?
No, you've got to keep people like that.
Yeah.
It's like when we had Julia Shelton as well.
Wiseman, another name's been put on the board. You know, I think that guy's been shouted out quite a few times for his involvement with getting people into the club and getting these discussions going on.
Yeah.
Again, huge bloke. You know, plain and simple, as you just said for Ian, chop off his army or bleed blue. He is exactly the same, Mike.
Yeah.
And such a nice chap.
Yeah.
And, you know, I really hope, again, if it's not a paid role, I'd love for him to be an honorary member, you know, of the board or be involved in something that happens down there.
Yeah.
Maybe an involvement with the fans advisory board, for example, you know, just to help us. Because they're the people that ultimately are gonna help take the club forwards, and I can't wait to hear the next instalment. It's kind of thinking to yourself, what's next? You know, we got a film producer on the board. You know, are we gonna have a film? Are we gonna have Netflix? You know, who knows?
Who knows? Yeah.
Amazon documentary.
You can have a better Netflix than Birmingham City, The Rise and the Fall and The Rise Again. Can you?
Oh God, can you just imagine? You know, if we could pull off something like they did at Wrexham. And I mean, I still follow what they do, right? And they're absolutely brilliant at it. The way that they make their announcements and the way that they do stuff. is absolutely superb. Now, I'm not saying I want to copy everything they do, but actually, way they have turned Wrexham around to being a community, if that does happen with us, it'd be absolutely brilliant. You know, we've got
Probably just shined another year, isn't it?
We've got such a massive fan base that we can draw back into St Andrews. And a few good results, and we'll see the difference.
Definitely.
That is the main thing. We've got to get off to a flyer if we can.
Yeah. Now, another thing that's happened, I think, since we were last on the show is obviously Jude going to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And that obviously cash windfall with the Salon clause has helped us as well, but I think Jude will be a massive hit for Real Madrid in many.
Wagner mentioned that in his interview, didn't he? Actually, the sale of Jude, it's helped.
Yeah. Many years to come, he'll probably win the Ballon d'Or there, won't he, I think. Do we all think the same? Yeah,
absolutely.
Yes, definitely. And there's still money to come off Jude, isn't there? I mean, come on. Yes, we had the payout to start off with, but there's the other add-ons. I think it was another 30 million euros worth of add-ons that could potentially happen with everything, and we'll benefit from all of that. It's not just a one-off payment. So, you know, I look at the Bellingham family and I think to myself, I just want to meet all of them, shake them by the hand and say, thank you.
They saved us. Without them,
Mark Bellingham, what a guy. You know, he has grounded the kids. He got them into the team. He made sure that they didn't lose their heads like some teenagers have done. And for me, both of them, we have benefited, and you know, huge thanks to him. Steve Farrell, another name's put in here. Do people think that Jeremy Dale will have a position at the club?
Potentially, yeah. He's not been announced on the board yet, has he?
Nobody's mentioned him, have they?
No. I think he's kind of like he's the go-between, isn't he, while the transaction's happening. Yeah. And then, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, he could be, but it looks to me like he was the go-between in sort of like instigating the deal, and now it's done. His work he's done, I think, but I could be wrong.
I'll keep him around, to be honest.
Yeah.
Such a good job.
I'd love for him to have a part. I think you know he's been very vocal with the fans as well, and he's got a very, very good business head on as well. So perhaps he could act and be a supporting mechanism here, because let's face it, the owners aren't going to be here every game. They will be more visual, definitely. They're not going to be here every game, so we've got to have those people that can step in. So and again, loads of comments now around Jude and thanking them for the support. Tim Andrews, good shape, Stephen Gill. Tim Andrews, involvement with the women if possible.
That'd be good.
The way that he supported them before, and whether he could be involved as well.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. So no, it's all positive, isn't it? We're looking forward to the season.
Is
anyone getting withdrawal symptoms from football?
Yeah, I am now. I mean, I know. Yeah, friends aren't quite the same, are they?
No.
They're like public training sessions, aren't they?
It's just so the world is.
Anyone going to Northampton, Cheltenham, or Peterborough?
Wednesday.
I can't, unfortunately.
I've got family stuff going on, so I can't.
No.
Let me guess, Claire, you're going to all of them, because I can tell by the smile on your face.
Yes, I am.
Well, on a teacher's salary, you can afford it, can't you?
Especially that pay rise.
65.
I've got to get back to it. I can't. Saturdays just aren't the same.
So Nigel Mann wants to know whether Brown and Spall, they're two bad signings for this season.
I'd get them. I'd definitely put them on the.
If we put them in the window, the glass will break. So we really don't want to do it.
How much is that target?
So we've got Swansea away first game, then Leeds at home first two games. What do we think?
6 points.
Predictions. We might as well do predictions.
Yeah.
Swansea away.
I'm going to say we'll start off with a draw at Swansea, 1-1.
Okay.
And then I think I've got a feeling we'll beat Leeds 2-1.
I'm going to go 2-1 at Swansea to us. I think we'll beat them.
1-1 and 2-1. I'm saying. Over to you, Anna.
I'm going to say 2-0 Swansea to us.
2-0 Swansea to us.
No, at Swansea. And 1-1 with Leeds, I think.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah? I didn't do Leeds, did I? I'll go 1-0.
To us?
Yeah. Of course.
2-1 and 1-1, yeah.
1-1 to us.
Chris?
I think I'll go 1-1 Swansea. I think 1-1 Swansea.
Did anybody see Maybury's performance against Leeds?
No.
In Oslo? Manchester United, well, second team.
Yeah.
I saw the tackle.
Maybury was wonderful.
Yeah.
Who?
Hannibal.
Oh.
He's called him by his proper name.
We ain't getting him back.
Nah.
He'll be in the side, I think.
Do you?
He'll be in their side.
You think he will? You think he'll start in their 11?
I saw the one tackle he made. That was a good tackle, but
he was booked after 7 minutes, I think.
You think he starts in that Man United 11 now?
I think he will be. I think he will be a first team squad member at least.
Okay.
You know,
good looks,
he won't be going out anywhere. He will be part of Manchester United this year.
Really?
Big call. I've got to say, he didn't blow me away in a blue shirt. I'll be honest. I thought again, his corners. I remember the one game. He took about 9 corners, and I don't think he cleared the first man once.
His free kick was good.
His free kick at the baggies was
good.
His
goal was good.
Is that the only goal he scored for us? Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, he was a bit like Chong for me when we got forward.
Yeah.
He's just gets some good positions, but again, he didn't have that quality for me with his delivery and stuff.
No.
On the
I would say though,
quite a few that are saying what the results will be. So is Scott Rothwell saying we're going to get 4 points out of the 2?
Nothing for.
Yeah, I agree with Lee Harvey. Sorry, Craig.
Blues at Swansea 2-2 against Leeds.
Yeah.
Nigel Mann. We're going to have 2-0 wins. Great start to the season. Paul McCarthy is also saying 6 points. Michael Woods, both of them winning 2-0.
Yeah, nice.
2 wins, and us to still be undefeated from Linda Magna. That's just on the shirt, Linda. So 6 points from Mark Lightwood as well. 3-1 at Swansea, 2-0 at home to Leeds. Going 1-0 Blues at Swansea, 2-2 at Leeds from Mark Hoadley. Does has said, Mr. Chairman, are you talking about Hannibal Watson?
His new name,
Mike Hill is saying a 2-0 win at Swansea, 1-1 at Leeds. And I've got to say, actually, it's probably the best time to play Leeds. You know,
absolutely.
Yeah, no, I fancy our chances more against Leeds than I do against us.
Oh, we haven't mentioned we haven't mentioned the cup game, Cheltenham.
Okay. That's away, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we'll win that 2-1.
Okay.
Wade Elliott and good old Curtis Davies. I believe he's now playing for Cheltenham as well. So,
yeah. He scored the other day, Davies.
Birmingham, weren't they?
Yeah. But I think Lee Harvey said earlier, Hannibal was nothing special, hit and miss, which I agree with.
That's why I said it on the show, and people were just
to be honest
saying I was bitter, but
at that time he was having a bit of a good run with us. To be honest, at the time you said it, that's why we was winding you up a bit. But I think as the season went on, I think you was probably right, Mark. To be honest,
the World Cup messed him up.
Yeah.
The World Cup messed all of our players up that went, didn't it?
I know. But we
we just got momentum, haven't we?
187 grand because they went.
Anyway, we're into the last 15.
Oh God,
is it that time already?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
So this week's last 15.
Is it football and Cheltenham?
So
Jeff Horsfield.
Hey.
No, go on.
This last 15 is anything to do with chocolate bars and football.
Okay, I think we've done that before.
I've been really thinking about this.
Have we?
Yeah, I don't know. I think we have. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We've done sweets, but no, it's a good one.
I don't remember chocolate bars. I remember sweets, but I don't remember chocolate bars.
I got one. Okay. I'll go with Mark over Mars.
Go on, Claire. You go. You said you had one.
Oh, Claire's got one.
Cream Edgar David.
Like it.
Yes, set the bar high already.
David. That's a good one. Steve Job. David Boost.
Dave Boost.
Dave Boost.
What about Snickler Zigic?
Not bad.
Oh, I like it.
Jersey Doodecker.
What?
Jersey Doodecker. Double decker.
Nice.
Double decker.
Liverpool goalkeeper.
Dwight
Yorkie.
Dwight Yorkie's good.
Dwight Yorkie.
Yeah.
Treat Taylor.
Paul's got Barry's Fries chocolate orange. Mine was going to be Barry Fries Turkish Delight.
Nigel Mann's gone with hotter chocolate.
Dealey had a bounty.
I was going to say Dealey had a Toblerone.
Picknicky Forster, Mark Overmars,
Ravels Morrison.
Ricky Sneakers, yeah.
Sergio Aguero.
Try it again.
Sergio Aguero.
Oh, I like that. That's a good one. That is.
In the wrong way.
I've been thinking of these all day.
Have ya?
Obviously, so it's just-
Claire, I bet you asked the class to come up with them on the board.
I should have, do you know what? I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah?
You should do that.
Just look at me.
Sponsored by
Oh,
Tilton
Steve
Talk.
Jobs, that's brilliant. Noel Flake.
That's a good one.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea, Claire.
Yeah, get the class.
Sponsored by Tilton Talk.
Yeah.
Don't do
Yeah.
that today, guys.
It's a good job. If you've been thinking about it all day, Claire, it's a good job we've done it, isn't it? Because I was nearly getting overruled there.
Children,
Oh, yeah, that's all when we're doing chocolate, guys.
I know.
Mark Morgan has said, pick Nicky Butt.
Decent.
I'm just trying to think.
Oh, Linda Magna, Crun, Chi, Adams.
Very clever. Very clever.
Yeah,
Toffee Crisp.
Toffee Crisp Holland.
I'm trying so hard here. I can't think of one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think
And it
now.
was your idea.
I know. It's good, that is, isn't it?
Kit Kat Simons.
Kit Kat Simons.
Lint Dempsey.
Lint Dent. Oh, that's clever.
Turkish Hannibal. Yeah, good one.
Oh, so he's saying Hannibal Medjugorje's a delight.
Turkish.
Well done.
Declan Rice Crispy Bar from.
That's not a chocolate. Rice Krispie bars. No,
that's not a chocolate.
Ricky Choco.
Ricky Choco.
So we're going to say that Jaffa's not a biscuit now, aren't we? I'm getting tired.
Jaffa cake.
Yeah.
Closing the title, isn't it?
No,
It's a cake,
you
isn't
can
it?
dunk it. I'm sorry. I think it's biscuit.
It's got a
Nah.
It's salt
biscuit
biscuit
base.
oil.
It's a sponge base. It's not biscuit.
Yeah, it is.
Shut up.
It'd be called a Jaffa biscuit if it was a biscuit, wouldn't it?
Delia Rollo. And Mark Overmars. Milky Wayne Rooney.
Milky Way.
Danny Tina Roses. Figuera.
Keith Curly Whirly. Oh, that was
Keith Curly Whirly. Brilliant. I think that's my favourite one so far.
It's a cake,
Yeah.
apparently.
It is a cake.
don't
It is
dunk-
definitely a
You can't
cake.
dunk a cake.
Why not? Why couldn't you get like a Victoria
You can because you're doing it with the Jaffa cake.
No, you can't do that. Nicky
Yes,
Buttons.
Lily Pad, Nicky
I like that
Butt.
one. Yeah, I like that.
I've been waiting.
Button. Yeah.
So have we agreed on the return date for the Tilton Talk Show for 13, Craig?
No,
Steve
is the
Gill.
answer. We're leaving it open to discussion, but
Okay. I haven't looked.
It's got to be after the first game, innit? Swansea. So 5th of. Is it the 5th of August? No, 6th, 7th of August. 7th of August.
August, or do we do the week before so that we can do the predictions for the game that's coming up?
Which is
We've just done the
we've just
predictions.
done that,
haven't we?
Craig.
Yeah, it will be right.
We go down, yes, side.
Should we say the 7th?
7th then. There we go. It's written in. So.
I'm not here, but that's
I'm
fine.
not here either. I'm on
Oh, for
holiday.
God's sake.
I'm on holiday as well.
None of them had any permission at all.
Where you off to? Where are we going?
I'm going to Turkey, Claire. Where are you going?
Benidorm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, she's going to be raving it. She's bigging it up. She's going with the Kid Massives.
John Fudge. Milky Bar Kitsons.
I like Derby Bounty by Stephen Gill.
Derby Bounty. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that works.
Just trying to think.
Did you have
I can't think of one, mate.
I can't think.
No.
Nestle.
So Anthony Lloyd says 7th of August. You've got to be on. So if he says we've got to be on,
We'll be on.
Got to be on.
that's it.
Yeah, we've got to be on then.
There we go.
LA Galaxy, haven't you?
LA
Galaxy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, going back to that, Messi.
Messi's gone. Yeah, into
Yeah.
Miami.
Oh, he's
I know.
gone, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
I'd
gone,
love to
yeah.
go out and watch him there.
What was it? Was it $200 million a year?
Something like that's got to be in it. It's messy, isn't it?
Crikey.
If
I'm glad
Jordan
he's not
Henderson's
on
getting
Friday.
700 grand a week.
Yeah, it's almost the same price, same salary as the teacher. That is.
Yeah. Sorry, Claire. What did you say?
I wouldn't be sat here. I'd be putting into the team.
Oh, Michael Woods.
Yeah,
Fredo Lundberg.
Fredo Lundberg.
Fredo Lundberg. That's brilliant.
That's class eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grand Tricks. Couldn't have said it better.
I can't even think of any chocolate bars, let alone
12. Whisper Pandiano.
Whisper Pandiani. Hey, Whisper Pandiani.
Yeah.
Whisper Pandiani.
Whisper Pandiana.
Mr. Watson has been very quiet on this.
Yeah. Is he still there?
He can't think of one.
You know me on these things. About 10 past 8, I'll think of one.
I think he's
That's
gone
usually
off
what I do.
He's gone off to his own.
After
Holly
eight.
Williams has said, couldn't have said it better, Clary. So what? Said what?
I don't know.
I don't know.
No,
She couldn't have
normally.
said it better.
So, Holly, can you please explain?
Maybe it's a secret. Dick off, damn Miss. Terry's Venables, good one.
Oh,
Terry
Jamie
Venables,
Karamaka. That's very good as well.
Karamaka.
Oh, I love them.
What about Gary Revel?
Yeah, or
That
Gary
works.
Revel.
Gary Revel.
I said Revel Morrison.
Let's go down the room. Favourite
Jefferson
chocolate?
Montero.
Favourite chocolate?
Dime.
Whisper Gold.
Double decker.
It's got to be the class Cadbury.
Dairy milk.
Dairy milk.
I nearly said that.
Fruit and Nut.
Yeah.
Yorkie, because it's not for girls.
Oh, can't say that anymore.
No, can't say that.
I've just got myself into trouble. Yes,
Yeah.
watch the board light up now.
Somebody's even, I've even got one named after me.
Claire Giblin.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Claire Giblin.
It's probably time to round off then, Paul.
Yeah, so pleasure joining everyone unexpectedly. Obviously, after such wonderful news, we had to get together for this one, didn't we?
Absolutely,
Obviously, and thanks everyone for watching. And it's good night from me,
And it's good night for me.
Good night from me and all.
It's definitely good night from me.
Claire,
Good night, keep it on.
Craig.
And for me, good evening because it's not quite night time yet. So I'm going to say evening just to stand out a little bit.
I'm in bed for 9 o'clock. It's nearly not definitely night time for me. Alan,
Get well, Nick. We know
Yeah.
you'll be listening. So get well soon, buddy. And keep an eye out on all the different things that are coming up. Got some good prizes for charity events and stuff that are going to be announced. And hopefully a few guests as well going into next season. So please watch out. And please get involved. If you haven't already done so, sign up for the newsletter. There'll be some prizes for that.
Subscribe to the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yes, definitely podcasts that start continue downloading. And as we should have said at the beginning, Chris, hello to Germany
Oh, yes.
and hello to Australia.
Oh, yeah.
and also, I did mention them at the top of the show, but welcome as well to our new sponsors, Small Affordable Cars in
Yes,
Tamworth.
well done,
Yeah.
yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
James Smith, the chap who runs the company. James Smith.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for your sponsorship, James.
Oh,
And
sorry, Paul, jumping in. Can I quickly say hello to my cousin Stuart, who's probably in Australia listening now. He's
G'day.
in Adelaide. And he works in the the art gallery, and he does all the restoring of all the paintings, and he listens to us while he works.
he's up early, isn't he?
I don't know, actually.
He's 7 hours ahead.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah?
He's coming over next month, so he'll be going to the Plymouth game, I think, with him and his wife.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah.
And obviously,
Okay, mate.
Watto as well. I haven't given you the opportunity to say good night from you.
Yeah, Alan Watson.
Alan Watson.
I'll say good morning, I think. Good morning to everybody in Australia.
There you go.
And
There you go.
Nigel Manners said he's going to start a new hashtag free Alan Watto.
And if my wife's still watching, I'll be home soon.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I better tell Becky, if you're listening, I'll be home later.
Good night, everybody.
Bye all.
Ta-ra.